Hi, my name is Citlali Garcia, and I'll be presenting on the falsehood of sanctuary states with an emphasis on California. The historical treatment of immigrant workers in the U.S. During the first decades, the U.S. punished immigrants for seeking employment in the U.S. From 1790 until 1924, there was a steady flow of bills and laws passed that targeted immigration from other countries to ensure that there was less immigration from the Chinese country, from Mexico, from Latin American cultures, and recently in 2017 from Muslim countries. In 2012, the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals was enacted, but it does not provide a path to citizenship. Treatment of immigrant workers. The economic opportunities for Chinese labor were mixed with antagonism, racism, violence, and legal exclusion. This is a migrant workers camp along a roadside in California. This picture was taken between 1935 and 1936. As you can see that, workers were given very low wages. They couldn't sustain their housing. They couldn't sustain a living. They only were given enough money to eat sometimes. So this is the maltreatment of migrant workers. E-Verify decreases economic growth and creates adversity for undocumented immigrants. So E-Verify is a web-based program to see if someone is in the country legally and is able to work. When the program was implemented, there was a decrease of undocumented immigrants seeking employment or who had employment by 4.6%. And to put this into perspective, in the U.S., a loss of 3 to 6% decline in employment levels corresponds to the average loss of 159,000 to about 318,000 jobs. Undocumented immigrants encounter adversity in different ways. One is lack of employers who are willing to hire undocumented workers, limited growth opportunities offered by that employer, the hours available for them to work, and the pay rate being offered. Individual must sustain their cost of living, so the second or third job is usually needed, and most employers offer only about 20 to 30 working hours, so they may not have to pay for benefits or overtime. If the participant is experiencing homelessness, they must find an employer who provides flexible work hours because various shelters have curfew hours for their residents. A story shared by KPCC's Leslie Berestein is, and this story is not for the man pictured on the right, is 51-year Alonso is a day laborer. He had a steady income. He was renting a room. Unfortunately, he fell on hard times and he became homeless. And he's been homeless for about 4 years because he hasn't been able to earn enough money to pay for rent and food and utilities. So there are two solutions. One is an individual level, which is to develop the Undocumented Workers Union, which is undocumented workers who hire, of course, people to ensure that they are receiving fair wages, proper working conditions, overtime benefits. They would also provide all undocumented workers with legal, social, medical, and educational resources. And on the state government, they could pass a bill to protect employers who hire undocumented workers against financial penalties. Thank you.